Iron Mike, another truth-based track. Here it goes. Guess gotta speak my mind. I might get some flack, but here it goes. Right? Nowadays, so many are still bent with ill intent as enemies paint you as a villain, stealing your identities and still can't give you a trumped up charge. As dumb as you are, you still believe in some of us aren't to be trusted because the corruption is so large. Like the good guys are the ones that harm. Why do you think they want you unarmed and thrown behind bars like Assange for exposing what's dark and kept from the public with scar enough of them which got them charged for leaking busted pipelines? It's treason to flush out high crimes just for speaking of it. He's serving a lifetime. What is freedom if you can't discuss impeachment? What is treason if it's so corrupt? Impeding rights, so what is freedom? Doesn't exist, or would you love it to be cuffed and shipped off into a dungeon for discussing what if something doesn't change? Would you be drug in the mud again if you say you're so disgusted with the way criminals done us to be caged? Like what the fuck is up with today? How many strikes do we get before we touch base? How many rights get stripped by what they say? What kind of life is that if we obey? Having knives in our backs, the United States is dying. In fact, we dug a grave. Where are we going to lie and rest like some slaves? The battle wages on as you keep shackles and chains on. It's unfathomable to escape from that gavel that hates on justice with enough of us rolls over and over. Putting trust in those vultures that will pluck us over and over. Reluctant, you give a cold shoulder to each other and fuck each other over and over for what our leaders did. You're just a bleacher kid from the sidelines pointing fingertips at each other for what these creatures did. Isn't leadership what is freedom? It's the right, loving to be free from having your rights seized when you reply for what you see. And so what is freedom? Such as illegal search, it's by evil serpents. People don't research it for anything to be believable nor determined to stand for anything. No longer we can endure any more pain. Our land is torn by enemies of the state, as nowadays any man can't afford a thing. Haven't mentioned names, but I can still have a sentence gave to me I written to explain politicians today chipping away at freedoms as you give it away. What is freedom? Doesn't exist because you believe in men whose judgment is to strip everything from us. What if freedom doesn't exist?